Welcome to today's Strategic Defense Analysis. In this session, we explore a high-stakes question at the heart of modern military technology. Is Israel's Iron Dome missile defense system vulnerable to Iran's emerging hypersonic missile capabilities, specifically the Fatah-1? The Iron Dome is widely recognized as one of the most successful missile defense systems ever deployed. Designed to intercept short-range projectiles like rockets, artillery shells, and mortars, it has been credited with saving thousands of lives since it became operational in 2011. Built by Rafael Advanced Defense Systems in cooperation with Israel Aerospace Industries, the system relies on three key components: a radar for detection and tracking, a battle management control center, and Tamir interceptor missiles. These interceptors engage targets within a 70-kilometer range and are optimized for threats with relatively slow, predictable trajectories. Whenever the radar detects a potential threat, it calculates the trajectory and determines if the projectile is headed for a populated area. If so, it launches a Tamir missile to intercept it midair. This rapid response has been vital in countering threats from groups like Hamas and Hezbollah, particularly in densely populated cities such as Ashkelon and Sderot. However, the global weapons race has entered a new chapter. Hypersonic missiles, traveling at speeds exceeding Mach 5, are redefining the challenges of missile defense. These weapons don't just move fast. They maneuver mid-flight, fly at low altitudes, and evade radar and interception. Unlike traditional ballistic missiles that follow a high parabolic arc, hypersonic glide vehicles and cruise missiles can shift direction multiple times, creating a virtually unpredictable flight path. Iran's hypersonic missile, the Fatah-1, is said to travel at speeds ranging from Mach 13 to Mach 15, with an estimated range of 1,400 to 2,000 kilometers. It uses solid fuel propulsion, which allows for quicker launch readiness and stability, and it carries a maneuverable warhead designed to evade detection and interception. The introduction of such a system poses a significant threat not only to Israel's cities, but also to its broader defense doctrine. There are several critical limitations when evaluating the Iron Dome's ability to counter such threats. First, there's the issue of speed and reaction time. Iron Dome was designed for subsonic and low supersonic threats. Hypersonic missiles compress the response window from minutes to seconds, potentially overwhelming the system's computational and firing capabilities. Second, maneuverability presents another major hurdle. Traditional interceptors like the Tamir rely on fixed trajectory calculations. They anticipate where a projectile will be based on its current path. But with a missile like the Fatah-1 constantly shifting course, those calculations become obsolete almost instantly, making interception exceedingly difficult. Third, the Iron Dome's radar coverage is optimized for short-range, low-altitude threats. Hypersonic missiles can travel at high altitudes, dipping back down into lower layers of the atmosphere only moments before impact. This makes early detection a challenge. Without longer-range tracking systems or space-based radar, the Iron Dome might not even see a hypersonic missile coming until it's too late. And finally, the interceptors themselves. Tamir missiles lack the propulsion and maneuverability to match hypersonic targets, which require a completely different class of kill vehicles: faster, more agile, and equipped with smarter guidance systems. This brings us to a fundamental point. The Iron Dome was not built to defend against hypersonic missiles. The requirements to neutralize hypersonic threats include global sensor coverage, ultra-high-speed interceptors like Israel's Arrow 3 system, and possibly space-based or laser-directed energy weapons. Hypersonic missiles not only move fast, they shift altitude, turn rapidly, and enter radar blind zones, creating extreme difficulty for any conventional missile defense platform. The broader consequences of this technological evolution are profound. Strategically, hypersonic missiles could undermine Israel's deterrence posture. If adversaries believe they possess a weapon that Israel cannot intercept, they may be emboldened to escalate conflicts. This adds uncertainty to Israel's defense calculus, especially concerning critical infrastructure in cities like Tel Aviv, Haifa, and the Dimona nuclear facility. There's also the psychological dimension. Public confidence in national security could erode if the population believes that no defense system can stop a hypersonic attack. This alone might influence military policy, leading to a shift toward more aggressive or preemptive strategies to neutralize threats before they are launched. But Israel is not without options. It employs a layered defense strategy that includes David's sling for mid-range threats and the Arrow 2 and Arrow 3 systems for long-range ballistic missiles. Arrow 3, in particular, has the potential to intercept targets in space, making it a strong candidate for future hypersonic defense. These systems must be upgraded to include faster response times, higher maneuverability, and advanced threat prediction powered by artificial intelligence. Early warning capabilities must also evolve. Israel will likely need to integrate space-based infrared sensors and high-altitude drones to extend its radar horizon. This can buy crucial seconds in the event of an attack. Partnerships with allies that already operate such surveillance systems, including the United States, could prove invaluable. Laser-based systems like Israel's Iron Beam are also in development. While not yet operational, these directed energy weapons promise almost instantaneous interception, potentially neutralizing threats at the speed of light. If successfully integrated into Israel's air defense network, they could revolutionize how the country responds to hypersonic or swarm-style attacks. Another emerging frontier is non-kinetic defense. Cyber attacks and electronic warfare could be used to disable or mislead incoming missiles by targeting their navigation systems. Though still experimental, this method introduces a new dimension of defense that complements traditional interceptors. International collaboration will be crucial. Israel already works closely with the United States on missile defense, and further integration with systems like THAAD and the Aegis Ballistic Missile Defense Platform could provide shared coverage and mutual early warning capabilities. Joint training exercises, technology sharing, and intelligence fusion will all be essential in confronting hypersonic threats. Preparing for this future will also require scenario-based simulations and defense drills. By modeling hypersonic strikes on key infrastructure, Israel can test response times, refine command and control protocols, and prepare civilian evacuation procedures. These exercises can expose vulnerabilities before they are tested in a real-world crisis. In conclusion, the Iron Dome remains a marvel of modern engineering and an essential shield for Israel's civilian population. However, it was never intended to stop weapons like the Fatah-1. The rise of hypersonic missiles signals a new era of warfare, one that requires a holistic and dynamic approach to defense. To remain secure, Israel must continue to innovate across multiple dimensions: technology, strategy, and partnerships. The future battlefield will favor those who adapt the fastest, and in the race against hypersonic threats, speed is everything.